Hey guys, welcome to All Time Gaming. I'm Chris.
I'm Jamie.
And I'm Alex. And as we've said before, we love a boss battle.
But while horrible bosses can potentially ruin a game, amazing boss battles can absolutely make it.
So with that in mind, we've compiled a list of 6 of some of the best boss battles in video games. Hashtag trigger warning for spoilers.
I'm triggered. So how do you choose the best boss from a game notorious for its punishingly difficult but rewarding boss battles? Well, if you're like me, that's kind of easy. You go for the giant wolf wielding a sword in its mouth. Obviously. Fucking obviously.
It's a wolf with a sword in its mouth.
What more do you people want from me?
It's the best dog since...
Dog meat.
D-Dog probably.
That fucking dog from Quad Ghosts.
Every stupid dog from Division that you shoot in the face while it's taking a shit in front of you.
Sif from Dark Souls is an incredible boss with a backstory that inspires sympathy rather than disgust. You know, kind of unusual for the series. And that alone is rare in the Souls universe. The constant companion of Sir Artorias the Abyss Walker. Great name.
Great name.
Yeah, great name. He had raised the wolf from a pup. Pick up a penguin. He had raised the wolf from a pup and the two were inseparable.
It's like a reverse Romulus and Remus.
Except there was only one pup.
Yes. And also they're video game characters rather than the creators of Rome.
You know, same thing though, right? Artorias even went as far as to sacrifice himself in order to shield Sif from the abyss. In return, Sif now stands guard over her master's grave, protecting his remains from grave robbers, like you, the player. You see, you need Artorias' ring, not a euphemism, to progress in your quest, which is currently buried beneath 6 feet of earth and a mournful hound.
I see the problem here. You roll up onto his gravesite and then you say to his trusty dog, I need your master's ring. And then the dog thinks you're going to do something unspeakable to his bottom.
Yeah,
and just
exactly.
kind of goes mental.
I think you'd be protective as well. So in one plotline, you approach the grave and are confronted by Sif, who slowly and sadly recognizes your worthless ass and goes to grab her former guardian's sword. Cue boss battle, where, let's face it, you're the prick. I mean,
You're trying to rob him.
yeah, Sif is doing nothing, just minding her own business. You just fucking stroll along there with your big dick and you're like, yo bitch, I want them ring.
Like most dogs, really.
Yeah.
They're always like good, normal guard dogs.
Yeah.
And then you try and rob their owner and they bite your arm off.
Which is kind of what they're supposed to do.
Unless you got a Shih Tzu.
So anyway, you do your usual dodge, roll, / combo, but you know, your heart's not really into it because you know you're being like dickish, right?
And you're trying to kill someone's dog.
Yeah, and the dog's not even doing anything bad. Even worse is that when Sif is down far enough in health, her attacks become weaker and more labored. Fucking poor dog. She begins to limp and stumble. You know, she's just a good dog at heart, and you barge in there like fucking Indiana Jones and strike her the fuck down. So look, the thing is, Sif's battle is not hard compared to previous or future battles in the series, but the impact it has on the way it makes you feel is enough to deserve a place on this list. It's a great battle.
Speaking of feels, how about the final boss from Shadow of the Colossus?
Oh, such a good game.
Amazing game. Gorgeous game as well for the time. The build-up alone is worth mentioning. You lose your faithful steed when the bridge collapses from under you, leaving you to approach the 16th Colossus, Malus, on foot. That only increases Malus's imposing stature. At 60 meters, he is by far the tallest of all the Colossi. Putting that into some kind of horrifying perspective, if you wanted to go toe-to-toe with a towering monolith like Manus, Jamie, you'd have to climb the height of Big Ben just to punch him in his stupid face.
Easy, mate.
I think you
get
could do
those
it.
gloves from Mission Impossible. but with longer batteries.
Yeah.
Yeah, longer batteries would be a good idea.
Just don't buy the Apple versions, right? Because they'll only last like an hour.
And it's not just his height you have to contend with. First, you have to coordinate a series of leaps to avoid fireballs as Malus is determined not to go down without fight. Next, you have to clamber up this giant as he tries desperately to throw you off, stabbing him repeatedly as you go, before finishing him off by driving your blade deep into his brain. It's a pretty brutal takedown for a Colossus that, to be honest, let's face it, was just kind of minding his own business.
I'm seeing a theme here, right? Like the good boss battles are just people fucking minding their own business.
We feel bad because
and
maybe
we the
you shouldn't have done
douchebags,
it.
the douchebags go and fucking shank them.
Malus doesn't even appear to want to kill you, which makes it even worse. And as you reach his arms and shoulder, he displays more curiosity than anger. Even worse, Malus was the last of the Colossi, ever. They're all gone. Because of you. That's genocide.
No, but it's not, because imagine you're
More
just
like fucking elephant. More like let's kill all the elephants. The only reason you're there fighting the Colossi is because they had played host and guardian to parts of antagonist Dormin's being, and your character, Wanda, has been manipulated from the start into their slaughter. It makes you wonder whether you really are the good guy in this story, and whether, much like with Sif, people just want you to leave them alone.
After a while, you have to think that Ganondorf really wants Link to fuck off and leave him alone as well. To be fair, that is mostly Ganondorf's fault, though. I mean, if you menace Hyrule, guess what? Link is probably going to try and stop you. That's what he does. That's why he wears that hat, boy.
Bitch came to the wrong neighborhood.
However, in Ocarina of Time, Ganondorf really does provide some of the most memorable moments of not just the game, but the entire series. After fighting your way through Ganon's tower, you finally encounter Ganondorf, King of the Gerudo.
That's a lot of G's.
I like the way you said Gerudo. Jason Gerudo.
Zelda is floating in some kind of weird pink crystal ship, and the Triforce is almost reunited. Things look grim, and yet you prevail. You defeat Ganondorf and free Zelda. The tower literally collapses on Ganondorf's head. That's how you make sure someone's dead, by the way, if you're wondering.
Collapse the tower.
Just a collapsed building on their head.
And then look at him and go, he died.
Oh, he did. Everything should be wrapped up quite nicely with a happy ending for all after that. You'd have thought.
Yeah.
Nope. Ocarina of Time has one last trick up its sleeve. Link walks over to the ruins to investigate an ominous rumble when suddenly Ganondorf bursts out of the rubble and transforms into his final true form. That's some Dragon Ball Z shit. Ganon is now a towering monstrosity wielding two swords as big as, if not bigger, than the short ass in the silly hat that's currently standing in front of him. It's the same old classic tale. Boy meets girl, girl gets kidnapped by king, king turns into giant pig monster.
Ah, yes, yeah, that familiar one, yeah.
Hollywood love that story.
We may have seen it 1,000 times, but Ocarina of Time did it first. And to this day, Pig Monster Ganon has never been bettered.
Man Bear Pig.
Although Pig Monster Jonesy came close.
Oh. Jamie, hang on a second. I don't know about that. Ganon was pretty bloody good.
He was pretty bloody good, that Ganon. Was he pretty bloody good, was he then, Christoph?
Chris's fake South African accent has slipped. Now he's revealing who's true underneath.
Chris is revealing that
It's pretty bloody good.
but he's not South African. All along, he was just a chimney sweep.
Chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim chiroo. All right, Jamie, cool your jets. I mean, I'm not sure about all of that. Ganon was pretty fucking great, but if you want a true classic, you've got to go further. You've got to go deeper down the hole. That's right, Wolfenstein 3D from 1992 decided that the setting of World War II was boring. Methodical strategy was slowing shit down, and boring gamers were going
Boring game.
Boring gamers to sleep.
Boring gamers were going.
Boring gamers were going to sleep. Are you asleep, you boring gamer?
Methodical strategy was slowing shit down and boring gamers to sleep. Well, id Software decided that what we needed was a roided American wearing nothing but a pair of trousers and a hard-on.
That's 90% of Americans, isn't it?
Gunning down a succession of Nazis in a gothic castle, as you do. Well, despite such a weird premise, the demand among gamers for this new, slightly wonky approach to history was massive. It sold 200,000 copies by the end of the year, and it's gone down in history as being one of the fathers of modern-day FPSs. A large part of that was thanks to the final boss, the now legendary Mecha Hitler.
What makes Hitler even more scary than he really was, if he's mechanized?
That's right. So why does Mecha Hitler have a place on this list? Well, for starters, as Josie said, it's Hitler in a fucking mech suit. The whole battle takes place in a columned room lined with portraits of the bad man himself, which implies he's vain, but also is probably one of the more historically accurate aspects of the game, because that shit happened.
He probably painted them himself.
Old Adolf is hardly a pushover either, as his suit soaks up a fuck ton of damage before, it breaks and forces the Führer to actually fight fairly. It's a fast-paced climax to a game that was all about the frantic run and gun typical of the makers of Doom. Yes, we've definitely seen more visually stunning boss battles since, but watching Hitler collapse in a pile of giblets was, and still is, just fucking satisfaction.
We can't
Get no. But what do you guys think? Has time dampened the appeal of watching Mecha Hitler die? Let us know in the comments below, you sorry sons of bitches.
I'll answer for you without the comments below. No.
Well, moving on.
I'd buy it.
Shoot that tash off his Nazi head.
The adventures of BJ Blazkowicz are now legendary in gaming, but the same can be said of our next entry as well. Little Mac from the NES classic Punch-Out was the contender fighting the odds to rise up the boxing league.
I could have been a contender.
After fighting your way through a parade of stereotypes, you finally make it to the top, ready for one more fight to claim ultimate victory. Standing in the way of Mac in immortality was real-life boxer and walking punchline Mike Tyson, whose near invincibility caused controllers across the world to be snapped with frustration. His one-hit knockouts in round one were vicious to be experienced and downright unfair to the uninitiated. And while Mac's health dropped lower than your mum on Sailors, Tyson would shrug off your gentle love taps with ease.
Nice.
For one, you had to survive for 1 minute and 20 seconds in the first round to avoid his one-hit wonders. In round two, he won't become vulnerable until you've been reduced to no hearts. Obviously, no more hearts means no more second chances in round two, so be careful. Follow up your punches and keep ducking. After that, you have to wear him down, deliver multiple punches to the face and knock the guy to the floor. Then for some reason Mario walks out and announces the win, and we remember that we're playing a NES game and we haven't just smacked a 5'8" professional athlete made of gristle and anger.
So far, the boss fights have been angry, testosterone-fueled fights for survival, but how about something a bit more sedate?
Sure, yeah.
Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater featured a ton of memorable boss battles, including Ocelot and the boss. I mean, her name is the boss. That's about as you can't get more boss than the boss.
Can't get more boss than the boss.
Can't get more boss.
Apart from maybe Big Boss, but then you can't be Big Boss till you got the boss. The boss.
I'm a boss.
But we decided to go for the quieter, less obvious route with the End. The End was a formidable sniper literally wheeled to Sliniarsk in the USSR to combat Naked Snake. His parasites increased his lifespan beyond normal years, as well as forming a relationship with nature that went beyond mere tree hugging and the ability to photosynthesize.
Tree fucking.
This made him a 100-year-old deadly sniper that wanted to claim Snake as a final victory before death. What makes this battle memorable wasn't so much the battle itself, although the sniper battle was still a lot of fun, if fucking difficult, but it was the other ways that you could handle this boss fight that made it memorable. For example, one trick you can exploit is that you can tranquilize his parrot, who acts as a spotter. Alternatively, you can equip the crocodile cap and approach the End. He'll believe a crocodile is coming near him and won't shoot, giving you the opportunity to strike.
I'd definitely fucking shoot if a crocodile was coming at me. That's one time I would shoot.
Yeah.
I've got to put this whole sniper battle on hold while I shoot this crocodile that's
Nah,
going to
because
eat me.
he's one with nature, man. Or you could save, quit the game, restart your machine, and reset the PlayStation time and date to a good few months in the future. On rebooting the game, the End would have died from old age, which kind of feels like cheating, but at the same time, if they put it in the game and it works, then fuck it. The End.
Well, that was our list of great boss battles. Do you agree, disagree? Leave us a comment down below, and if you are nice, we may even give you a reply.
And you know what? While you're down there, hey, don't forget to subscribe, because Jonesy's kid is now forced to wear inside-out pillowcases instead of onesies.
And if you like this, why not check out our list of 6 of the worst boss battles in gaming, and we'll see you next time. It's like this list, but it's the opposite.
Yeah.
Basically, we did that, and you clicked on it. So we said, what if we changed one word and did it again? Enjoy!
And you watched it!